welcome back to Haunt of the Collector with me, Jace. And yeah, I was sort of musing over a few things. Some of the comments, to be honest with you, that I'd read over the last sort of couple of 3 videos that I did, and not just those, but on some of the groups, and I'm not going all through the stuff, but I got thinking to how I felt some of people's reactions to seem to be sort of so extreme, even to me at times were quite baffling. And I mean, obviously I'm talking about, because you can't rule out the dickheads, because there's always going to be them. There's always going to be the dickheads who are just there to try and invoke reaction from people, or just to cause trouble, or and I'm not on about the bandwagon people either, because they sort of fall under the same umbrella. It was the people who sort of, you kind of know online, or you've got a feeling that you know them, and then you get this really sort of, whoa, where did that come from? And it was quite simple, really, because it's passion. Passion about whatever it is, whether it's football, collecting, and passion does invoke a sort of an uncontrollable reaction, and even a reaction that might make you come across as a bit of a knob, or it's just totally out of character. That's what it is. And I started thinking about passion within collecting. I mean, predominantly with me, it's obviously statues, but collecting in general, because it all falls under the same umbrella. And it's very difficult when you think about it to actually, it was for me, to actually pinpoint what it is that I'm actually passionate about. What am I actually passionate about? Am I passionate about Lord of the Rings? No, because I don't just want statues about Lord of the Rings. I am passionate about Lord of the Rings, but I want other pieces from other movies as well. So is it the statues themselves? Is it ownership of these pieces? Because you see, I'm not one of those ones that really gives too much of a crap about edition sizes. I really don't care. I couldn't tell you the edition numbers on any of mine. I honestly couldn't. I couldn't even categorically tell you what the edition sizes are. Definitely, I bought Escape Off the Road, I know that's 500, but the others, no. So I started sort of thinking about it, because as I've said before on a couple of videos before, just talking about, on the last video we were talking about the Next Level Showcase coming up, and I get really excited about that, really excited about it. I can't wait to see it, but I get excited about the whole thing. I get excited about statues that I'm never going to buy, lines that I'm just 100% not into. I think it was on Mike's live stream that I did. Oh, talking of live streams, next Friday I will be on Payne Collectibles with Jason and Payne. That's next Friday, so yeah, I'll remind you before, but I'll be on that with them. Can't wait. But we were about, somebody asked me the question, have I got any love for Marvel? And I said, no, I haven't. I've got nothing against Marvel, but I'll never collect it. Same with DC. But like when Prime do their Next Level show, I actually genuinely enjoy seeing the pieces. I can remember when they revealed that huge diorama of the Batman v Superman one, the one I meant, and I can remember sitting there thinking, God, they've even got the rubbish spilling out the dustbin. And I was like, really chuffed for people who are going to get that. So I'm excited about the whole thing. I'm excited when they reveal stuff that I can't wait to get. I'm excited at the prospect of things that I really hope they do, or someone does. We've talked again about this, potentials in the Lord of the Rings line of a, Sam versus Shelob is one, Mouth of Sauron on horseback, a large scale, quarter scale at least. And all these other different ones, I've spoken about pieces I'd love to see, my dream pieces, and so there's that excitement, and it's not to take, and also the pieces I've got. I'm very fortunate that I'm in a position where I was sat last night and I was looking at my Terminator, my Prime 1 half scale Terminator is just there. I'll put a little video up. And I was sat there just looking at it, and I was thinking, Jesus, I love that statue. I absolutely love it. And I was actually thinking, do you know what, that whole thing, if there was a fire and you had to grab one piece, and I've always said it'd be Sauron, and then I've toyed with the idea of, would it be Escape Off the Road? But I must admit, I sat there last night looking at that, and I thought, probably be my Terminator, Probably be my Terminator. because it's just so good. It's just so good. I'm not detracting from any of the other pieces that I own. I'm, like I say, I'm in a really fortunate position that everything that I'm buying now, I'm really chuffed with it. I'm really pleased with it. I mean, there's a couple of pieces, you know, Lurtz will leave the collection at some point, I'm afraid to say. He just will, and probably Aragorn as well, because those pieces to me can be bettered. They can be improved upon. My passion, my collection is pushing me to get to a place where I've got pieces in my collection where I can look at them and say, do you know what? Within the realms of reality, that ain't going to get beat. There ain't going to be anything that beats that. T800, Sauron, Escape Off the Road, can't see them ever being topped. But you never know. But then there's, my passion runs into things like, I mean, I absolutely, utterly adore the Queen Studios Alien bust that they've just done. Still available on Spec Fiction, what it was yesterday. Which goes back into the video we were talking about before. But you see, with that, and I'm not taking it, I think it's stunning. I think it could well be the best alien bust ever made. I just can't get to 3,300 quid on it. Well, it's more than that, actually. It's more than 3,300 pounds. I can't get to that on that. Can't get about something. But also, for me, I can be firm with myself and just say, to me, for my money, for that Queen Studios piece, it does not stack up enough for me to pay that money. Nowhere near. I personally strongly feel that Queen Studios 1/1 bust is massively overpriced. I generally, I know a lot of you out there love it. I know some of you out there have actually pre-ordered it, but I'm sorry, that is probably one of the most overpriced pieces I've seen in recent times. I just can't. I can't get to £3.5 grand on that. No way, can I? But anyway, that's, by the way, it doesn't take away from the fact that I'm really chuffed for the people who are getting it. And I know you're going to have, like, potentially what is the best piece. But again, I'm going back, I'm detracting a bit now. I can't pinpoint what my passion with collecting is. It isn't necessarily edition sizes. So it isn't this whole thing of having something that someone else hasn't got, because I don't feel that way. I'm not that kind of person. I'd like, you know, I love Sauron, and we were talking about reissues. Generally wouldn't bother me. I'd be like, if there's 200 people out there that didn't get a chance to get him, but they now want him, and they're now in a position financially where they can afford to buy it, and probably want to prepare to bang him out again with a few little alterations, so that it is I wouldn't give a shit about that. I genuinely would not give a shit. Fair play, they could be as chuffed as I am with mine, and that's nothing but a good thing. So my passion probably leads me down a more, I suppose, easygoing attitude. Some people, it leads them into a more, oh no, it shouldn't be touched, that shouldn't be messed with, it should be done like this. And that's the same with passions in anything, you know, you get, there's such a wide range. And that became very apparent in one of the videos I did, where I had two people whom I know from doing this channel have an exceptional knowledge and love of Tolkien. An exceptional knowledge and love of Tolkien. But they were literally opposite ends of the scale of fandom, of passion. One very easygoing, one very hardened, and no, you must not. So it was very interesting to see that. So for things like that, I was glad to see it. But yeah, and for me, I often think about, where did it come from? I've said before, I've always done it. I've always collected stuff. You've got to admit that a bit of it is, it's big boys' toys, isn't it? It's adult toys. It's adult toys. I'm not one of those ones who goes around saying, no, I collect art. I collect art, darling. I don't see it mass produced. And if there's more than 100 being made, to me, that's mass produced. You might disagree, but for me, art is just one thing that hangs on a wall, that's it, or whatever. So I'm not one of those ones who sort of goes around sort of saying, oh no, darling, I collect art. It's art I collect. They're statues, I collect statues. I collect statues from films. My passion comes from books and films, and in more recent times, the very odd computer game. Predominantly, it would be World of Warcraft, God of War, Zelda, and Horizon, but other than that, nothing much really. Books, I've read so many. films, I've got a massive love of films, as most of you know. Obviously Terminator, I've got the Predator pieces coming. I want to get something definitive by Alien. I've got the remake Alien coming 3rd scale. A lot of these I'm hoping a box is going to be ticked with the 3rd scale Predator. So my passion is just to have these, because I've always loved things done on a smaller scale but maintaining the exactness of detail. I always used to enjoy, we used to go and see these miniature buildings that had been done, or like when I was a kid, people had these incredible train sets. Now people do it with Lego models, don't they, and things like that. It's that exactness to detail that I think where my passion lies, to get this thing on a smaller scale but have it exact. And that's what I like to see. It's why I love the Escape Off the Road so much, because there's so much detail in there and it is so accurate. And the same like with the Terminator and the big guy behind me here, you know, with the stuff on the base and everything is done so well. So my passion, I think, lies within having a love of films and a love of fantasy and sci-fi, and a love from the books that has grown. I suppose that part of me inside, that child in me, has never gone, and I never want it to. I've never been embarrassed when people have made fun of me. You know, you're a big kid. Yeah, damn right I am, mate. That's how I stay looking so young. And I don't want to lose that magic, and I don't understand why people do. I don't understand. I never understood it as I grew up, why people felt the need to be grown up. Because from what I've seen, I'm 51 now, growing up sucks. The longer you can stay a kid, the better. And it's keeping that magic in you, and that passion grows and it alters, and you get in a position where you can just get, I suppose, let's be honest, better toys. You can just buy better and better toys. You know, you used to fight as a kid with a stick in the garden, that was your sword. Now I can buy exact replicas from the film. And I think it's that, it's just, and obviously it's a passion of spending money on yourself, of spending ridiculous amounts of money, and the excitement of having something come through the post. It's all that encapsulated for me. And it's such an unusual hobby to have, because these things cost so much money, they take up so much space, just to have these inanimate, bloody useless things that don't do anything in your house, but I'm so excited by them. And I said I get excited by other people's excitement and stuff they've got coming, and when they show their stuff off. It's why it annoys me so much when people put pictures up of something they've just received, and then you get these dickheads commenting, "Oh, it's crap, the portrait's off." But shut up, mate. Just shut up. Let him enjoy his moment. Why are you being a dick? Why are you being a dick? We all understand how excited you are that day that you get something, and yeah, I'm waffling now, aren't I? So what is it for you all? What is it for you? What's the thing that drives your passion in this hobby, or in any hobby, any collecting hobby that you do? Or what is it? What is the driving force? Because I'm going to shut up now, because it's Saturday and I've got stuff to do. It's just this idea literally popped in my head last night, and I thought I'm going to bang. I've actually got another video I'm doing as well, which I've kind of alluded to a little bit on this, which is why I shut up and moved on. But I also want to have a little play with video editing as well, which you've probably noticed through this video. I was having a little play with things last night and what have you. So, yeah, I'm going to go. Let me know. Let me know what it is for you. What is it? What is the key thing that drives your passion? What is the thing that excites you? Just let me know, because I'd really like to see if we're all sort of, it's the same thing, or if you've got different aspects, or there's different things about it. I'd love to know. As always, guys, if you've enjoyed the video, please smack a like on it. It really helps out with the old algorithm and all that, you know. And if you haven't done so, please consider subscribing to the channel, because that's a help as well. Obviously, Argonaut hasn't arrived yet. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. It'll be at some point, but failing that arriving within the next few days, I've got another video I'm working on anyway. So I've another idea I did today, so that'll be the next one out if the Argonaut doesn't arrive. So it'll be one or the other. Have a great weekend, all of you. If you're here in the UK, we've got a long weekend because we've got the additional day off because it's the Queen's funeral. So whatever you're doing, I hope you all have a great weekend. and I will catch you all on the next video, which will be next week now. As ever, thank you for watching, take care of yourselves, and ta-ra a bit from me.